Hello crafty budgeters, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. On this channel, we are working to craft a budget and a lifestyle to become debt-free. Today we are going to be talking about how to set goals and achieve them using something that I created called the Reset Method. I'm also going to be sharing my 2021 financial goals with you. If this is something that you're interested in, definitely keep watching. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I typically don't have the best track record when it comes to creating goals and sticking to them. But with last year being the start of a new decade, I decided to give goal setting a try, again. I set two goals. The first goal was that we would work to pay off $20,000 worth of our six-figure debt by the end of the year. And the second goal is that I wanted to read the Bible in a year. I decided to only focus on those two goals instead of my typical 5 or 6 that I normally would do because I felt that I would have a higher likelihood of achieving them if I only focused on those two areas. To my surprise, goal setting actually worked last year. Not only was I able to finish a 1-year reading plan, my husband and I were able to exceed our financial goal. To find out how my husband and I were able to pay over $45,000 worth of debt last year, definitely check the video that I have linked below. With it being a little over a week into the new year, I thought I would share how I'm going to be setting my 2021 financial goals by using the Reset Method that I created. The Reset Method stands for Reflect, Envision, Strategize, Execute, and Track Your Progress / Treat Yourself. The steps in this method will help me not only set realistic and intentional goals, but give me a plan on how to achieve them. Before I even start to create these goals, I believe it's important to spend some time reflecting on how my life and my goals went last year. I'm going to ask myself a couple of questions, such as what worked, what didn't work? What are things I want to change, and what are things I want to continue? What am I proud of, and what are the areas that need improvement? Spending time reflecting on these responses will give me a better understanding of the areas I want to focus my goals on for this year. As I reflect on my 2020 financial goals, there are things that worked and things that didn't work. The area that worked is that we were successful paying off some of our debt last year, and that was due to budgeting, tracking our spending, and definitely putting any extra money that we had to our debt. That's definitely going to be something that I want to continue for this year. The area that we need to work on is that we want to make sure we have some money in our emergency fund. Unfortunately, due to some unexpected expenses, our emergency fund became depleted. And so understanding how important emergency funds are in our lives and in our budgeting, that's definitely a goal that I'm going to want to set for this year. Now that I spent some time reflecting on what my life and goals looked like last year and identifying the areas that I want to focus on this year, it's now time to envision what I want those goals to look like. This is the step where I will create the goals. As I create my goals, I want to remember to make them SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. As I think about my 2021 financial goals, I envision a year where I continue to pay off debt and where I put money into an emergency fund. So I created two goals. The first goal is that I will pay off at least $30,000 worth of debt by the end of the year. And the second goal is that I will put at least $5,000 in emergency fund. With the two goals now created, it's now time to focus on the next step of the Reset Method, and that's strategize. In this step, this is where I'm going to create the plan or roadmap to help me achieve those goals. I'm going to be asking myself a couple of questions, like what are the steps do I need to take on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis to help me reach those goals? With my 2021 financial goals that I just created, I'm definitely going to continue on with some of the things that helped me to be successful last year when it came to paying off debt, but I will be more focused on the areas where we overspent in our budget and use that money to go towards our debt as well. In regards to our emergency fund, I'm going to be implementing savings challenges that I will do on a weekly and monthly basis to help me reach the goal of saving $5,000 in an emergency fund. With my goal set and the plan created, it's now time for the fourth step of my Reset Method, and that is execute. This is literally where I'm going to put my plans that I just created into action. While this step can be easy at times, it can also be challenging, and there's times where you can lack motivation. So that's why I created the last step of the Reset Method, and that's tracking your progress and treating yourself. Tracking my progress allows me to see how things are going and gives me the chance to reevaluate my strategy to see if any changes need to be made to help me to reach my goal if things aren't going the way I want them to go. For my 2021 financial goals, I'm going to be tracking my debt payoff as well as my emergency fund savings by continuing to use my Excel spreadsheet along with some other creative visuals that I will be sharing soon. In conjunction with tracking progress, I truly believe that one of the best ways to stay motivated to achieve your goal is to treat yourself. Treating yourself for the progress that you made helps celebrate the small wins and milestones that you've made along the way and helps you to know that you're doing it and to keep going. Last year, when we reached milestones, we treated ourselves with a date night or we had a night without our toddler son. This year, I want to continue doing those things while incorporating some fun and creative new adventures that my husband and I can take advantage of. Like I said in the beginning, goal setting is typically something that I don't do, but I found that by creating the reset method, I've been able to set goals and create a plan to really help me to achieve them. Comment below what your 2021 financial goals are. Also, make sure you put what are some ways that you are going to treat yourself for the progress that you will be making. Don't forget to subscribe so that way you can keep updated on how our financial goals are going this year and as we continue to craft a budget and a lifestyle to become debt-free.